feel like it had to like a couple seasons ago, like somebody must have complained to production because they haven't had no real like tough overnight since that one challenge with CT. What was that? What was the one that CT won that Cam was on there?
Double Agents.
Double Agents, yes. So after Double
They
Agents,
slept in like the code.
yeah, they must have complained because like we haven't had no like real. Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. We are back with another episode of the challenge review. This is the final part 2 of the challenge All Stars season finale, season 3. This finale, I mean, it was better than season 2. It was definitely better than season 2.
I agree.
Yeah, but I do have to say that All Star and the challenge in general, I don't know. I feel like day 2 is always lackluster. I don't know. I just be like,
you already know who wins by day 2.
So when the challenge comes back on from the cliffhanger they left us at, they were running towards the water, and they are now split in teams for the top 2 performing of the last checkpoint. So it is a tandem kayak, and they have to kayak out. And I really thought Wes was going to be on it, but he kind of fell behind in this one, this one checkpoint. But it really didn't matter. Yeah, it really didn't matter to Wes's point because he was so far ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like you said, pretty much this whole final, pretty much we already knew what was going to happen, and the overnight didn't make it any better. But I mean, for what it was worth, I mean, it's cute or whatever.
It's cute or whatever.
I think the overnight made it worse.
You think so?
I think this portion of the overnight kind of made it worse because like usually they always, well, as of recently, they've always probably either had a competition or made it to where like you had to do something to earn some points before you go to sleep or something, just or even elimination. So I think it's just kind of weird that like they got to just do.
They should have did the purge before they did the overnight.
Yeah, like that would have made like that would have made more sense to me. Whereas do something before they go to bed so that they don't wake up refreshed. Like I just think that's just a bit weird.
After the kayak, which Mark and Kellyanne came in first place, gaining them extra 4 points. And Wes and who was his partner? Naya got 1 point. After that, they have to play a game of King of the Hill. TJ says it's the first game they ever played when he became the host. And it was a really straightforward knock them off the pair, knock them into the water. Whoever is left standing is the winner. Everything was pretty easy for everybody. Mark went against Wes. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Johnny and Kayla was the only one who has somewhat of a battle. Literally, I think Nehemiah took himself out. Like he just hopped right into the water.
Naya going to
Kellyanne gave herself. Naya just moved to the left, and Kellyanne just went. Bloop.
Yeah.
What an idiot.
This King of the Hill was very much lackluster. It didn't like. And then the matchups weren't good either. So it was just like,
to be fair, at least this time they did it not swinging in the middle of the air with a giant pendulum thing in the fucking way. And they got to wrestle, and whoever body part touched the water first is the goddamn loser. Like, at least they didn't do that. You got 4 friends. They're not gonna really go hard on each other. Like,
it was given very much Nani and Casey. I'm gonna just let you win.
I mean, I can't really deny that because like that's like you're like you're not gonna really hurt your friends. But like
it definitely when there's no stakes in it either. Like it's just a couple of points.
It's not really like if I lose, I don't get the points, but it's not like I'm in dead last. So like I'm gonna fuck around and just do better at the next event.
The winners of that was Naya, John A, Mark, and who was the other guy?
Brad.
And Brad, yes. And so literally right after that, we get TJ telling us about the overnight portion. which, like we just discussed, was, we could go without it.
So lackluster.
It was just whatever. I mean,
like y'all all made it to the final. Y'all deserve a break. And then telling them to do something that they don't even know they're doing is also like, it's just, yeah.
What do you mean telling them to do something they don't know they're doing?
They supposed to pay attention to the map that they didn't know they were supposed to be paying attention to.
Again, it just be. This is the second time there was supposed to be shit in the house they supposed to be paying attention to.
So after the overnight, we get the purge, which will be the bottom competitors, which was Nia versus Kayla and Brad versus Mark. I kind of felt like I knew how that was going to go though, because they kept saying like
it was Kellyanne and Kayla.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, Kellyanne and Kayla, and they were saying how Kellyanne has studied the map or knows the countries or whatever. And so when they say stuff like that, I'm like, okay, so it's the opposite of whatever you talk about.
Okay,
But I just think it was easy to guess that. I mean, if you can, letters.
Yeah, all you have to do is really just figure out the ones you know.
You don't really need to know them.
First of all, studying the map didn't mean shit. And I don't know why they emphasize that, because they gave them the goddamn answers.
Yeah.
All you had to do was just spell the words.
Yeah.
And if one of the words was USA, literally just start from there, bro. And you
would think
first of all,
did it.
I ain't gonna cap. If I got eliminated on a crossword puzzle for $250,000, I'd have to go into rehab and I have to go get psychiatric help, because I would hurt myself. Because there's no way in the hell you're going to tell me I done did all of this to go home over a crossword, bro. A crossword.
It's that easy.
People do that shit for fun.
Yeah, like I said, all you really needed was a general idea. Like Kayla said, I know 3 of these for sure.
Exactly.
Work that way, and then work backwards.
Exactly.
You didn't need to have studied that map. That map was really irrelevant. Kayla said she ain't never even really ever looked at the map, so it doesn't really matter. So,
and then you have somebody like Brad win, like literally all you said was Argentina. Right. Everything else went into place.
Second thing that pissed me off: the correct spelling of the fucking words were on the side. Why did Mark spell Brazil with a goddamn S?
And then he spelled Thailand.
Spelling of Brazil.
I guess when it was so far away, he had to run to go look. He had to run to go look, so he guessed at that point.
But it's the fact that he spelled Brazil. It's not the fact that he spelled it wrong. It's the fact that he spelled it wrong with the damn correct spelling of it 10 feet to his left. That's what bothered me the most. I'm sitting here watching it.
He didn't know USA was up there. That what really bothered me.
That one also bothered me. But then
that's what I'm saying. Wrong.
When West put it in his confessional, and he was like, he used the S in USA to spell Brazil. I was like, oh my God, Mark, you cannot be this dumb.
It's an honest mistake. Don't come at Mark like that.
That's not a mistake.
It's not.
That's not a mistake, dude. That's not a mistake. You can't Brazil, be that dumb.
You don't even hear it in there.
Bro.
That Z is hard as ever. You hear the Brazil.
Let me tell you something. In school and in college, every time we had an assignment, I would raise my hand and ask the spelling count, because it fucking matters. Spelling matters. I don't know why grown people can't spell.
So after this Purge challenge, Kayla is able to pull out a win on Kellyanne, because even though Kellyanne has seen this map, she studied it, Kayla is able to guess the right answers, and she beats Kellyanne. And same with Brad. He's able to pull out a win over Mark. So Kellyanne and Mark are eliminated from the challenge, and now it's just the top 3 guys and girls that's left. And
like I said, Kellyanne wasn't trying, and Mark, I knew he was gonna win. I told you.
Kellyann's not bringing the what's, I don't know what the word is. The
She's not giving what was supposed to be given.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like she was over it.
And then for Kayla to be like, "Oh, I totally guessed," it's like, my nigga, they gave you the fucking answers.
And what really killed me about Kayla was that she's like, it took me into the finals to get Kellyanne out.
I was like, you're obsessed. Stop, you're obsessed. You and your friends are upset. Stop it.
Like you didn't do nothing. Like you literally
Like, they're just
won
so,
by
like,
chance.
They're obsessed with like throwing Kellyanne out of the game for some reason. Again, Kellyanne has never done anything. But yeah, so after they leave the purge, then we get to kind of more, not the very, very final, but it's basically wrapping it up at this point. So
What
after,
I hate,
I'm
I was
sorry.
gonna say, sorry to cut you off, but what I hate about the final episode, definitely like the final episode, like half of the confessional is just them. Oh, you know, this journey of mine has been
Motherfuckers be
hard.
reminiscing.
I really just been through it. You got all these flashbacks. I be like, we know what you've been through. We've been with you for like the last 8 weeks. You don't need to recap your story. Like, I don't know. I just hate all that's like, I don't know.
So on the second part, like we said, on the second part of the day after the purge, they have to run for quite a bit, and then once they run, they have to. Maybe I'm getting it mixed up.
No, they ran
No,
to the
you're right.
they ran
So
to
they
the
run,
eating
they go
challenge.
to the
Okay, they ran to the
checkpoints.
eating. I'm getting the sandbag and the eating part mixed up.
Nah,
Okay.
they ran to the eating challenge, and
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
eating challenge was basically them like eating.
Well, they have to eat like 75%. What was the?
It was two
It was 2
pounds of whatever was on the plate. It was mixed with brains, probably balls, maggots,
Okay.
whatever type of shit they could find from
Okay.
whatever
If I
natural.
was them, again, that's why I feel like I need to see these rules, because if I was them, I would literally just take out these big chunks, put it up, take the ball off the scale, put 2 pounds worth of food on the scale. That way I know how much I need to eat, and get like that big stuff and be like, this 2 pounds right here, and then start gobbling. Because
But also, yeah, and that's smart. For me, I looked at it as like, look, I need 2 pounds of food. Let me get what's actually on the scale, the big things that's actually weighing the scale down.
That's why they need
work
to take
smarter
the ball off
and
and put
not
stuff
harder.
on the scale so they know.
Because if I'm eating from the top, I'm not really making a dent, and it's gonna make me eat more of this nasty food that I don't want. And watching them struggle was like, it was bad. It was bad. It wasn't
the vomit like stuff. After a while, I just be like, that's enough showing that. Like,
and they kept going.
But
to me, I feel like that's an eating challenge that's bad. But to me, I feel like that's like the second worst eating challenge they've had. Because like I feel like the eating challenge that was worse was like the one on Rivals, where instead of like giving them shitty food, they gave them they gave them great food on Rivals. They gave them steak and salad. And
I was gonna say that was the
all of that
restaurant, right?
But it was so funny because it was like you just kept eating and eating and eating and eating until you got sick. I'm like, yeah, that's worse.
And they were all having such a tough time with this. Nobody had an easy time. Wes, like he got there first, so he had already got started. And I think he, like you said, he was able to not think about it as much as everybody else. And like he had
I think he's done it the most. I think everybody literally said they skated away from not
he's
doing
done it before. And he had, I think he had a strategy that people have adopted in the past of eating and then throwing up on purpose.
But hold on. Let's not even give Wes credit for that. Because Wes technically has been in the final. He didn't really eat anything.
Well, CT ate that.
CT ate everything. CT saved him from that eating challenge.
Good at eating challenges.
So let's not act like Wes actually did an eating challenge. He tried. He attempted. He didn't really eat nothing.
Rivals with him and Kenny.
Kenny ate all the food.
Didn't he?
Yes. Go back and watch it. Kenny literally was like,
so he can add it to his resume.
Kenny looked at this man and was like, what the fuck are you doing? Eat.
Yeah. Well, I prefer like the drinking stuff, not for me, but like for them.
That shit more. Fuck that. Nope. I'd rather eat. I'm not drinking. They'll fuck around and find some goddamn goat urine. Nope. I'm not drinking anything.
And Wes was like, was it Wes or Brad was like, I'm throwing the blood. I don't know if it's mine.
That was Brad. He's like, I don't know if my blood or blood of the hearts I have eaten. Like,
I'm like, what's really going on?
That shit was kind of funny. But then it was like, I feel bad because like nobody should have to really question whether or not the blood they're throwing up is coming from the food or coming from it.
I just assume that this is a production and they got medical staff and people look over this. So I would just assume that this is safe to eat. It's safe to eat.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they have to get clearance to like eat this
Yeah.
stuff.
I
I
was just
mean,
assuming that.
whatever they ate had to be cleaned off. But you gotta think,
But people eat bugs.
no
and
place of
stuff.
food been sitting in that sun for a good
That's
little
why right
minute.
there.
Like,
Yeah.
that's not good. Like,
But then
I can
bugs
only
probably alive,
imagine
so it was
how
probably
bad the cramps were afterwards.
But West finished first, which we thought he got there first. Then Johnny came after him, and then after them, it was Brad, Kayla, and Nehemiah and Naya were at the station still eating. And Naya had questioned, "Is it still? Would you think it's still worth eating this?" And I kind of would have questioned it too, but you never know what's coming next. But this is really
I feel like at that point she although
we don't know
I
what's
don't
happening
agree
after
with
that. We don't know
Queenie,
how long it is.
yeah. At that point, I was just been like, because at that point when she questioned it, they was already like gone. So it was like,
they was go.
I would've
Nehemiah
just been
also
like,
gave us.
I'm gonna go.
Nehemiah also gave us the best line of the whole episode. He walked up. Is there a vegan option? Fucking scream. I screamed so loud because it was so. Because I knew it was like I knew he was joking, but then at the same time it was just like this man really hadn't eaten meat in 15 years, and he finna do it for last place. That's hilarious.
I would have been like,
I would have just took a penalty.
Oh yeah, at that point, do they still do penalties? They never even questioned it.
No,
they
they probably don't.
Like
They probably didn't even tell Nehemiah and Naya to finish. Like I feel like once they got to the beach,
yeah,
they was like, all right, we're gonna wait till they get to the beach and then we're gonna tell them to go. Like I feel like they didn't even finish.
Like okay, so we're at the beach after everybody run. West gets there first, and they have to complete is it called a tanagram? What is it?
no.
It was the first
tanagram.
part was a star tanagram
star puzzle. I don't know if that's a tanagram. Give me the definition.
Yeah, no, it was a tanagram. It was just in the shape of a star.
Okay, I'm like, give me the definition. I don't want to sound stupid on the internet.
No.
But no, it was a star puzzle, and it seemed easy, but I'm sure when you in the moment, when you there in front of you, I'm sure it's really hard. West completes it first. Then John, it was literally in the order they got there. It was literally in order they got there.
I feel like it was missing something, like for them to, like the last two checkpoints or whatever. I just feel like it wasn't enough. Like all they had to do was literally put stuff together and then run off.
Yeah, because right after that, like right down the beach, a couple steps away, then they had to complete the top part of the star. I know at the challenge, I know if I was on a challenge, I would just look like the dumbest competitor because I'd be like, I don't understand these rules. So I was like, what are we supposed to be doing? They had to make the top of the star, so they have to figure out how to make it with the puzzle pieces they had. Is that what it was?
I guess. It was. I don't know, because that's another thing I was thinking. I was like, because it looked like Caleb was thinner, like Wes's was spread out.
Yeah, I was like, what's
I feel like was like this. It just built up.
That one was kind of funny because it was like Wes expressing how like he did all this preparation and $250,000 come down to building a pyramid of fucking blocks. And I'm like, it's not even blocks, bro. Like they're little rectangles.
They definitely dominoes at this.
Yeah, it was like rectangle dominoes or something like that. And I'm like, it's me personally, I would have had to like look at the shape and then come back around and then look at how I look and then come back around. Cause like, I don't think I would have been like,
but I feel like that didn't matter based off how, if I remember correctly, the way Taylor's looked,
make it look like the top of a star. I'm guessing. To make
it formed a star. It just was so time consuming because there were so many little blocks.
Do like a math equation and then unlock the pieces to the star and then go into the box with
I think the outcome still would have been what it was.
If you know they love math equations.
But I just needed another component because after the eating part, everything was literally just
it wasn't no way for the people that was eating to catch up.
But that's why the second day of the final is virtually fucking pointless because like you already know who's going to win.
Once you started at the top, you pretty much win.
Exactly. My biggest concern was you did all this partner and point system shit for it to not matter at all. It didn't even matter.
Let's talk about that once we finish.
Because even if I've been in the bottom at the end of day one and I go into the elimination right before the second day starts, I still have a chance. It doesn't matter. Doesn't not every man for himself from the beginning. You could have kept the point system. You really could
I
have.
feel like,
And then did the elimination like that, which would have been fun, but still.
They should have kept everything the way it was, minus the partner part of the random.
Thank you. That like the partner part makes no sense at all.
Yeah,
that shit bothers me.
Yeah. So after the Star Lego after Star Lego put together thing, they had to grab a surf boogie board and go out into the water and race to the yacht. At that point, if you made it into the water and you just don't drown, you will win.
Right.
So when Wes got into the water and they tried to make it seem like 10 minutes later when Mark was getting in the water, he had a chance. Right. I was like, unless a shark comes, grabs Wes by the foot.
Wes is a 2-time state collegiate champion for Arizona State in swimming. Stop playing with that man. Like,
and so the editing chopped it up and made it seem like
I don't even like Wes, and I know for a fact that man can still swim.
Yeah.
That's why I said, one thing I know about the challenge, if Wes and 90 is in the water, well, I don't know about 90. 90 used to be a good swimmer, but now 90 just got lazy. So let me not mistake my statement. Never mind.
Okay.
But to continue your point, if Wes is in the water,
it's gonna
very like I've personally only seen Wes lose one swimming challenge to Johnny. That was it. That was the only time I've ever seen Wes lose at anything that involves swimming. He's gonna be fine. Why are we lying? Why are you trying to make the edits look like it's going to be anything different?
Wes gets to the boat. And even when Wes was saying, "Hey TJ," like TJ saw him, they were still like, "I'm coming for Wes." I was like, "Why would you show me this edit? I'm talking to TJ right now."
All right, it's over.
But yeah, so Wes gets on the boat. He is the male winner, and then Johnny is right behind him, and Johnny is the female winner. Kayla and Brad, we could see, are in the water, but from when we saw Naya and Nehemiah run up, they were not in the water anymore. So I guess they must have told them to turn around. They didn't even let them get on the boat.
Yeah, production was like, "Yeah, nah, y'all lost,
swim back.
Go ass back on the beach."
I'm hoping they got them like a little crew boat to take them back to shore. They had to swim all the way back. They was halfway.
That should have been funny. They told them, "Hey, paddle your ass back to shore."
Our winners, Wes and Johnny, and then it goes off pretty unceremoniously.
There was nothing to the ending.
The credits just went credits like this is the middle of the road episode. I was like, this is the finale. Can we get some fanfare, some fireworks or something?
They don't show the money. They don't show the check. They barely get a montage.
Like plot twist, the chest is empty. The chest is empty. This is it's nothing there because what? Yeah, but let's get into it. But that was the entire final, and I thought the season as a whole was pretty good. I definitely, like I said, liked it better than season 2, and I am glad that Johnny won this season because like that season 2 win was suspect, and this is really nobody can dispute it. She is a winner. She is a champion, which I mean I would not have not called her that before, but I just think now we can shut the haters up.
I think that this season was very good. I think some of the highs were a lot of the eliminations. We got different matchups that we never thought we'd see.
The eliminations was better than the challenges.
I think that even though we did have an enormous amount of people just go home like randomly, it kind of realistically, I didn't see no other woman other than Johnny winning.
Our fantasy draft coming in third place is Savon.
Well, I only had 2 players, so fuck, I better come in third. Who?
How he come in third place with a winner though? He got an extra 100 points.
I had 2 players.
He got the extra 100, but it still didn't matter.
Yeah, I had 2 players.
I didn't think you would be third place.
Had Derek not got eliminated by Nehemiah, we wouldn't be having this discussion.
So Wes gave him 105 count points and 36 confessional points. And then Kayla gave him 65 and then 30. So still wasn't enough to really pull in the numbers. Coming in second place is myself. I pulled out 700 points. Kellyanne gave me -20. Nehemiah gave me 25. Brad gave me 65 and gave me 32 confessionals. So I was really relying on Brad at the end of the day. And then coming in first, our winner with 893 points is Gigi.
Elliot, don't. Move back in underdog, okay?
You got 105 points from Janae and 32 professional points. Mark gave you -20 comp points, and then Naya gave you 25 and then 28 confessional points.
It's crazy. I would like to thank everybody for doubting me, because
So that is where we at. So Gigi is our winner. She won this one. She rolled third through the whole season. And only won by one person, literally.
That's
okay. Well, that is the end of our review for the Challenge All Stars 3 finale. We hope you enjoyed watching this season with us. Please like and subscribe. Let us know if these were your winners for the season, and we will see you on our next video. We'll be starting to review the Challenge USA starting next week. So we'll see you on our next one, guys. Peace.
Peace.